you are a 350-gram serving of gnocchi, and you were consumed last night, friends. Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News. Bitcoin, friends, have you noticed the emojis here? Bitcoin is at $67,000. It is actually mysteriously pumping. Yes, it is a mystery pump from Bitcoin. I don't know why it's going up. It's not really. We can't say going up. We're still stuck in the range, friends. Of course, it's still stuck in the range. Let's put just a 12-hour chart. You get to see this. This is lovely, and this is very, very welcome. Now, if you remember, I've shown you this box before, so we could still, friends, going to be sideways until like maybe August. So it's still possible to go, no, come back down, maybe fake it out, and then maybe we start to go up only. That's what we're looking for. But this is great. This is great. Why? Because macro, which is the stonk market world, they took a bit of a tumble. So obviously, friends, there's been some sort of weird cyber attack. And as you get to hear about it in the news media, so you have CrowdStrike. So CrowdStrike, look, I'm just going to tell you something, man. How the hell do you expect me and you to not think it's a simulation and that there's deep state, these tentacles moving in the background, when literally they have been talking about cyber attack for how many freaking years now, friends? You know, I'm not joking, okay? Mr. Alex Jones, okay? If you watch his videos, he's been talking about cyber attack. He just keeps saying it over and over and over again. But this is years ago. I'm like, boring. That's the first time I heard it. I was like, boring. But you got to understand, how did he know? Well, if you're not familiar with this, friends, Alex Jones, before the towers collapsed, 9/11, in July of that year, he literally said, he goes, I can see the programming. He can see it coming out the news meter one by one. He goes, they're going to take down the towers. They're going to blame Osama bin Laden. But he literally said tick for tick what they're going to do. All right? And it happened. And everyone asked him, like, after, dude, how the hell did you know? He goes, I studied the enemy. I can just see it coming. And so people think he's cuckoo. He's not cuckoo, dude. It's just, he's looking at all the media. He's like, okay, news articles start. And then bigger news articles. And then it makes it to the media. And he's like, wait a minute. They're using the same words. They're using the same sentences. And this was friends, this was like, this literally in the year 2001. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have any of these. It's just him watching everything. And all the puzzle pieces just lined up together. He's like, wait a minute. They're all using the same words, the same people, the same everything. He goes, there's no way. How are these people all across the state of America talking the same way? There has to be something going on here. And it turns out that it was right, 100% right. So it's the same thing happening with this cyber attack. So if you want to know what's cyber attack, well, there's CrowdStrike, apparently some software issue, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, friends, of course. That's how it starts, man. That's how it starts. Oh, there was an update. You know, but by the way, I was watching some fake news. Like, oh, Microsoft released an update. Look, friends, just to let you know, so whenever you see any of these, okay, there's a cyber attack, there's a war, whatever it is, okay, whatever it is. There's the Kia, the Coconut Intelligence Agency. All right, look, deep state. It all comes down to they have to move us to this digital dollar. That's it. They have to move us to this digital dollar. Why? Because the money printer, it's losing its effectiveness in our system. There is too much debt. Okay? It all comes back to the money printer, friends. The money printer is total control. It's total control. And if the money printer is losing effectiveness, they have to get onto the new system. Now you might say, okay, let's just move us to the new system. There's a problem. The problem is people don't want to move. They like staying in their house. So, and obviously, you have to make them think that the new system is better. But you can't just do that. People don't go and move, friends. It's literally the same as trying to get somebody who's lived in their own home for 50 years to get them to leave. They're not going to do that. So what they do is, friends, they go, well, I can make you leave. Yeah, how? Okay, anyway, I'll see you in 3 years. They say nothing. They come back. Your house gets robbed 3 times. Someone lights something on fire. And then you feel like your life's in danger. So you escape out of your house finally, and they go, hey, by the way, we've got a house for you literally next door, a safer house. You're like, okay, cool, let's go there. That's exactly what they're doing. They're killing the existing fiat system. That's what they do. They're doing cyber attack here. This stuff goes down. Oh, this digital money getting stolen. We're probably going to see like, oh, how did this bank get stolen? Oh, if it was on the blockchain, if it was on our public blockchain, we wouldn't be able to have these problems. So that's what it comes down to. And all this programming is starting to see, because see, everyone has been saying the deep state will try to assassinate Donald Trump, but they did try. So I just want to remind you of that. So we've been talking about like, they're going to try to kill him. He's anti-CBDC, he's anti-bugs, anti-Great Reset, he's anti-all those, wants to pull troops out of the Ukraine. Someone said there's not even troops in there. Habib. When they say troops, they mean like, you know, military stuff. He wants to pull the military out. If you pull the equipment and the money out, the Tornado Cash isn't working anymore. It's literally Tornado Cash for the Middle East. That's how they launder and do everything. That's how they get people assassinated. That's how they take control. You got to remember, friends, it all comes down to the money printer. They use that money laundering so that they have control over different Arab rebels and stuff, different countries over there in the Middle East, so they can topple the dictator if they're threatening to go off the US dollar and sell their oil somewhere else. You got to understand that, because the oil is how we have a bid on the US dollar around the world. It's oil, okay? Because not everyone knows this, right? But it's common knowledge if you just look it up, right? Every country, you can only have a certain number of inventory of oil. You have to have a bid on the US dollar. You must. That's how they have the US dollar's backed by men with guns, right? But if you take away the gun, like, hey, we won't sell you oil and stuff here and there. Well, imagine they had an alternative source. So you can see how deep this goes. And now, friends, let's quickly check out the stonk market. I actually put it down like a little 4-hour chart. This is stonks going down. I think I saw Uncle Bobby Lugas have something down that goes down something like up here, 60-day cycle, then we go up again. But this period going down in stonks, I know how much is it? It's like 6%. That's actually quite a lot for crypto. If S&P goes 6%, but like we're just waiting to see what happens. Okay, it seems like it's like doing that little peak. Okay, it's doing a little peak. It's still so high, man. Like it's really, really, really high, but not high enough. It's just because of the money printers. So we're waiting for Mr. Stonky Market to see what it's going to do next. And if we quickly check out Mr. Russell, friends, have done this now. Wicks on the S&P 500 and the Russell, they're not like what you think, these wicks. They're not like, oh no, we're going to definitely go back down. But we need it to just continue up here. We need it to not do this. If it does this, big problems. We need the Russell to keep doing that. You know, if you're curious, let's go back and see how it worked in the previous cycle. Yeah, so look what it did. It did moves like this, friends. Look at this. It goes up, comes back down, goes up, comes back down. See that? Just, it's slowly grinding its way up. That was in the 2020 halvening cycle. And then if we go back to 2016, same thing. Okay, but actually it did bust the high up here. It did bust the high. It just charges for the high and then it just does this rotation around. So that's pretty much how the rest of the world looks like. And we got to be watching them because that's basically our conviction, right? The fact that the Russell is still up here, Mr. Russell, we need those small cap shit coins to go up to the top. And once we fill that bucket, crypto can follow next. Now, the others BTC ratio, once again, friends, it did, you know, this red candle, green, red candle, green. Now it's red, just going sideways around here. We need it to just survive. And then hopefully mid-August, that's what we're looking for. Mid-August, you know, August 10th, could be like first or second week of August, whatever it is. We need everything to just continue the same as it is. Everything else has lined up. This exactly is, remember we saw this, it flipped green on the weekly super chain for exactly 287 days. And we saw in 2016 and 2020, it was the exact same number of days. It was 286 to 294 days. So roughly around that time period, it's the same thing. And if we do continue, right, if we flip green, you got to remember, friends, it's possible, all right, it's possible that we don't flip green on the weekly super chain. We could always just come back up here and then it goes delayed. And then that means probably longer cycle. That could happen as well, all right? You never know, friends. Remember how I told you that April 2025 is going to be, it could be a key date, right? That is exactly 1 year after the halvening, April 2025. Yeah, friends, it's very, very possible. See, it's up here. It's very possible that we don't actually go up and flip it green. Maybe we come back down and we have to flip green maybe January next year, and then we begin the 100 days. So that's the thing to basically watch. So if we go to April, if we go back 100 days, that is December at the end of this year. So we're just waiting for this weekly to flip green. That's pretty much what it comes down to. It hasn't flipped green, and we just basically need it to recover and look like it's got to go do that. So that's basically where we are sitting today. And now the biggest news of the day, actually, friends, PulseChain coins have been ripping, and by ripping, I mean like they're doing pretty good. You know, PulseX 17%, Inc 17%, pHEX 16%, pHEX 5%. You also have the biggest gainers of the day, which are you have Mafia Coin, Icosa, and Leonidas, all these big rips. But yes, it's beautiful. Anything can move 30% stuff in there. But that's what we want to see. We want to see this stuff. We want to see nice leverage on the ecosystem going up. That's pretty much it. But things take turn, friends, when these slingshots, because there's limited liquidity and you have to onboard more people. The only way everyone wins is when Pulse, the spear, onboards new people. Because if they onboard new people, okay, everyone's in profit. And then with PLS, when that new money comes in, all those people come in, you're on site in your PLS, people take the profits and they go splurge around in the ecosystem. They go gamble on other stuff. Now, this is literally how everything works in crypto. So how does everybody in crypto win? It's when Bitcoin flushes up to new highs or we get new buyers, people take profits out of that and they rotate around. Now, it used to be a nice steady flow. Like it used to go large cap, mid cap, small cap, tiny cap. Now it doesn't do that anymore. It's literally the spear goes up, everything reprices. Okay, the market's getting more, I guess, efficient, if you will, or not in terms of efficient. It's just like people are figuring out now that we're trading an attention economy. We are trading attention economy. We're trading mindshare. We're trading network effects. That's what people are figuring that out. So they know that, okay, when things reprice, you don't just go buy like really dead stuff that you don't know about anymore, because of why there's too many coins. There's 100,000 plus coins. You go and buy stuff that's active. That's why when you see stuff like this, when you see stuff like the PulseChain and PulseX community reporting on these moves, remember, like it's showing you their strength. Everyone's like saying, hey, we're still around. Now, this is marvelous, friends. I want to show you this. The PulseX to Pulse ratio is at 0.54. It's actually new highs. This is huge. You've never ever before seen this, by the way. We've never seen a DEX as powerful as PulseX. The buy and burn is extreme. But look, man, I know it's a ratio. The absolute price is still poop. Okay, but you have to marvel at this, friends. This is very, very, very important, okay, because it's all from the buy and burn. And yes, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to change you to the PulseX price. So yes, of course, we're just seeing this like little, I know, everyone's like, yay. But hey, didn't I tell you, man, like usually when you flip red on this, it takes a few months, and hopefully we get up around August, September. That's what we're looking for to continue the friendship. Don't know how high we'll go, but PulseX doing very, very well. Same as Inc, which is just what you want. And look, man, PulseX being the best DEX in the world, that's the thing. See, PulseChain, we know it's great, undervalued, heaps of communities, you know, all the liquidity rotates around stuff. We know them. It's good. We have that competitive edge, but no one believes you, though. Really, no one believes you. So it depends on that. What about HEX, best store of value? Well, people can say that. People look at the price, though. They're like, well, you know, the price is down 99%. You know, so it's a hard sell. It's a hard sell to tell people this. However, when you show them this ratio, okay, when you say this is the PulseX chart, that's what they're looking at. But when you show them this, you go, hey, find me a DEX in crypto that's done this against its main L1 sphere coin. Find one. You won't find one. You won't even come close. Okay, literally, it is what, half the size. This is absolutely insane. If I go to gopulse.com just to quickly show you, right here. Okay, you have PulseX here as well. PulseX is at 45 million market cap. PLS is 805 million. Like, you are not going to see that ratio in anything. Okay, nothing, because it's impossible. So I want to remind everyone in PulseChain community as well. A lot of people, they basically say, well, if the money rotates in, where is the sustainable up only part after that? After PulseChain, let's say, gets a price pump from Richard Hart rotating the sacrifice money in the 170,000 days. What comes after that? Well, look, the theory is, okay, so obviously I'm not Richard. I'm not a duck. I just speak for myself. I'm just telling you, he's looked at Binance and the BNB coin. He's looked at Pancake and all this other stuff. So he knows that he could probably suss out that Binance, they're rotating their money into the BNB coin. Who'd probably like figured something out there, right? Right, no expectations. Now, that means that the biggest use case of crypto, the money maker part of crypto, is speculation trading. That's literally the king money maker. We're trying to find other ones, but today, it's not even close. It's literally not even close. I mean, think about it, friends. Uniswap make a lot of money for the liquidity providers. It's all people trading in and out of stuff. So speculation is the number one thing in crypto by far in terms of like activity. Okay, so but speculation, right? When you have the buy and burn, working, now you change the game. Now you can actually have a profit. Now, actually, that's how Binance make money, fans. Binance don't make money from US dollars. Okay, when they make money on things trading, they're taking a bit from this and a bit from that, a bit from token A, a bit from token B. They're taking the fee out, and that's their profits. And then at the end of the day, or the week or the month, they're dumping all those tokens and they rotate into BNB. You see, so that's pretty much how PulseChain and the core coins can go up in the future sustainably. But we know in crypto, man, everything drops 90% of activity and volume in a bear market. We know that. However, but that's the goal. The goal is you're looking for that type of sustainability, that type of consistency over time, where volume is building up and people can actually see this buy and burn happening over time. And of course, the volume is pretty low now. It's at 17.5 million. It was hitting 10 million at the very, very lows, 10 million. But you got to remember, friends, the prices were down as well. So yeah, it's 10, 20 million. But look at this, okay? If you just go back to PLS, right? See that 20 million, it's 10 to 20 million now. Okay, but if it just got back here, if we go back up here, friends, you're doing a 3.8x the US dollar volume, because that volume is reported in USD. So if everything's higher price, people are now trading the same amount, the same number of tokens, but their USD prices are higher. You see what I mean? So that 10 to 20 million now becomes 30, 40, 50 million every day. And the buy and burn's doing well again. There's more activity and stuff. And remember, as everybody's richer, they're trading back and forth more. So that's what basically we're looking at when it comes to these. But really, it's outside of our control. But you want to know what's inside of our control, friends. So we have all these beautiful things. So all these altcoins and everything going up. It's wonderful to see. And yes, all the prices look exactly the same, friends. So this is obviously ink. This is ink. Look at the ink PLS ratio, just so you can actually have a view. So this is really, really good. This is the funniest start I've ever seen. It literally just did not want to go down. It's just like sideways. This is ink versus pulse. That's all you want to see, man. We want to see this come back up. Pulse is a speed, friends. Also, we might have, I mean, I hope to God we have. I think we finally rinsed the non-believers in HEX, pHEX, okay? I think we finally have. This is pHEX, by the way. This is pHEX to PulseX, friends. As you can see how it's down here. Maybe it comes back up. This is going to be a tough one, though, because pHEX is inflating and then PulseX is deflating with a buy and burn. But, you know, measuring against PulseX, you know, it's cute just to see them amongst each other. But really what you want to do is look at the HEX to pulse ratio, which is actually going to be here. So I'm hoping this thing rockets, friends. I'm really hoping this thing rockets. And then you can get leverage. Now, here's the thing. pHEX is going to be nice leverage on PLS if this thing is actually done. If it's actually done right. Or it might actually just do this, friends. You never know. It might just go sideways. But I want you to know, look this. Know this. Let's say you get in here and let's say it actually like rockets up here. Think about that, man. You're making like 2.2x on your pulse, which is, look, that you're only making 2.2x on your pulse because it's literally the lowest risk altcoin on PulseChain because it's literally bought by Richard Hart. And the market knows that. That's why the volatility of it compared to the altcoins is not as much. But obviously, it's not just about that, friends. Because, like, look, I think what I've realized is I made these altcoins, I make them look a bit too easy with other people because I don't, like, not easy in terms of, oh, they just go up. Of course, there's heaps of this bone-crushing volatility. It's just that how I connect all the dots one by one, I'm feeding you like literally the highest value content in crypto, not even close, and it's for free. I'm feeding that to you, and obviously no one takes it for granted or anything. You all appreciate, you all thank me every day. But yeah, I realize, I actually make it look easy because I think for the other PulseChain influencers and stuff, you got to remember. Now it's hard for people to say this, but it really is true. They could just tell people, go, look, Sommi's almost like a unicorn, like. He's here 18 hours a day. He's an anomaly in the system. And I really am. Because if you remove me, everyone's just like, oh, we're just gambling in all these different places and they're all just seeming random. And you might hurt yourself in that. But at least I'm showing you like, hey, you're looking for stuff with an active community. Okay? You're looking for stuff with some information asymmetry. You're looking for stuff where, yeah, that's pretty much got to satisfy. Because everything's on a DEX. We know that part, right? What I'm going through is going through my bull market strategy guide. So, number one, buy something on a DEX. Buy it on chain. That's number one. Go on chain. Number two, you want to be finding an active community. Yes? Number three, so you obviously got to look at them in Twitter, YouTube, see their tags. Okay? Number three is information asymmetry. Do you have information asymmetry? So, you just knowing I have a fluffy microphone and I like these coins, but you might just ask me and say, hey, do you like these coins? I'm like, yeah, I like them. They're cheap. I mean, you might see me post about it once in a while. There's so many friends. I want to post about every coin every day. Trust me. I just don't have enough time, right? So that's your information asymmetry. Like, oh yeah, because you might just be speculating on the next 200,000 people that follow my channel or whatever. So that's literally it. Could be as simple as that. Or the next millions of people that are going to probably at least look at PulseChain if it pumps up too much. They're going to come to the fluffiest microphone. Where else are they going to look at? You see? So that's how you got to have that mindset. So it's not PvP amongst ourselves. It's PvP amongst the rest of crypto. All the degens who haven't bought in. The Soilana people. That's what you're playing for. You're playing for the Soilana mindset people to come in. Oh, I don't believe in Richard Hart, but I kind of do because I just want to make money for the next 3 months. Those types of people, they're buying any price. They don't care if they're buying something at $1 billion market cap because they're trying to flip it at 3. You see what I mean? That's the game that they're playing. They're playing that super fast, short, quick game. Whereas you're trying to buy a Dick with Butt, Pete Eye, Teddy Bear, a Tropa, all the Tang Gang coins, no, Peach, Pika, all these things. Like, they're all joke market caps by comparison, right? So you understand it's a different game that gets played at the end. But we deserve our rewards. Why? It's buying in the pressure, man. It's like literally you want to kill yourself every day. That's what it comes down to. Okay? And these people, they don't have to sit through that. They just get to sit with their nice little squirrels holding their little nuts, and they go and they allocate that when they think the time is ready. Now, friends, I'm going to show you this amazing crypto data. And by the way, this is really, really, really cool. Okay, so the new crypto data is in. Now, when I first last made my videos like a year ago about this, I'm always quoting this number, so I have to change it right now. So crypto doesn't have 420 million people in it anymore. It's now 560 million people, all right? And you might say, wow, that's great. Yeah, that's great, friends. Also, the bigger that number goes, the less people you have to onboard in the world, which means your growth rate drops over time. Remember, your growth rate. Because now, remember, when we had 5 million people, you could do 1,000x to 5 billion, right? But now we have 560 million people. It's not 1,000x to 5 billion. Now it's only 10x to 5 billion. By the way, from Metcalf's Law, hopefully, if we do a 10x, friends, if we do a 10x and we literally onboard everyone in the world, which I'm hoping we get there by the end of like 2030, the 2030, 2040 decade. I'm hoping we get there, but that is enormous. That is crypto. If you do 10x user base, I will probably find out it's 100x higher in the market cap. Instead of we're sitting at 2 trillion right now, we'd probably end up at 200 trillion, which is actually very consistent with the stock market, real estate, and bonds. Okay, so if you literally onboard everybody in the world, you get to that 200 trillion. And it's funny, but I don't know how long it's going to take, okay? Because think about it, everybody in the world knows about gold, but not everybody's onboarded and adopted gold. You see what I mean? It's around gold is now 16 trillion. You see? So that's another thing. Just because you know about it doesn't just mean you now adopt it. But luckily, you and me, man, it's 2 trillion market cap, okay? Let's start worrying about deep state programming and brainwashing and everything else when crypto's above 10 trillion. Let's start worrying about that. That's a big way. If the whole industry goes up 5x, you could be getting 10, 15x on your whole portfolio by now by default. That's what you want, right? 39% of crypto are female users. So this blew my mind. I'm actually shocked. But a lot of them, friends, they might be like, Chinese chicks using Tron. There's a lot of Indian users. 93 million Indian people here as well. So a lot of these people, they're just probably transferring money left and right. That's what it comes down to. Or they're sitting on exchanges. So yeah, we don't have 39% of people on Twitter for sure. It's just a sausage fest. And then you have a Pulse Latina scammer that inserts herself every now and then. But shout out to the ladies that are out here, guys, friends. Man, guys, we could be vicious. I don't know how you girls do it, by the way. You have like KDP, Alexander, like you got out. Man, it's hard having, man, if I had a daughter, man, oh my God, every single comment from every guy. I'm going through the comments. I'm like, it's just literally as if talking about boobs or sexual stuff, talking about hair, or you're too pretty, or you're not pretty enough. Like, just, it is full freaking on, man. Like, it's all day and you can't turn it off. You can't turn it off. There's always an anonymous avatar guy that's just showing like, hey, send nudes and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, ask me for nudes, dude. I'll send it to you. Right? You might not want to like open your phone after that, but I'm just telling you. So, oh man, it's funny. It's just, well, there's a lot of data, friends. There's a lot of data. Now, 72% of crypto users are under age 34. Very important. 72% are under age 34. Isn't that wild? So basically, young blood, young spirit, everybody coming in, and it's funny. I could tell crypto is becoming more like TikTok generation, and then we have the data. Like, oh, it is the TikTok generation. They're literally using crypto, but that's what it's made for, man. Crypto, these kids aren't going to walk into banks to get a loan. They're going to be clicking buttons on the internet. Okay, so how do we use that to be bullish? Well, of course, friends, if 72% of crypto users are under age 34, what do you think they like? Do you think they like traditional JP Mosquito financial bond trading stuff? Do you think they like that? Nah. Or do you think they like digital memes? I don't know. I can't figure it out. See what I mean? That's you know where we're going with this. It's the digital age. Everyone's responding to this stuff. They live on the internet, man. They live on the internet and everything that comes along with it. Okay. Also, this is, friends, the most important one I'm about to tell you right now. Okay. Crypto ownership is growing at 99% per year. Huge. TradFi is only growing at 8%. So crypto, okay, it is literally its growth rate, man. That's almost 2x per year at the ownership rate. So that's the growth rate. Okay, so the growth rate is still huge. And yes, TradFi is only 8%. That's wild to think. That's how, like, if you're not in crypto, what are you doing in your life? Literally, what are you doing? We're literally growing 12 to 14 times faster than you every single year. Still wild. Now, this is the funniest part, friends. So I have all this data can obviously be shown here. Also, shout out to everybody in this country. Look at the biggest crypto ownership rates: UAE, Singapore, Turkey, and Argentina. So I mean, makes sense, right? Turkey and Argentina, right? They're getting minted into nothingness. Singapore, financial hub, and UAE wants to be big financial hub. It pretty much is the big financial hub now. So it makes sense. Like, leaders, it's funny, right? This is funny. This is hilarious. Okay, people who want to take control and lead their own wealth, they have adopted crypto, and then governments who want to take control and lead their own people are in crypto. Isn't that interesting? Out of the top 4, 2 of them is because the people need it, and then 2 of them is because the government needs it. Think about that. Think about that. They both need, whether you're a person, whether you're a government, you should be in crypto. Now we have to get to the funniest part of all, friends, because I'm not joking. I literally almost fell off my squeaky chair when I saw this. So buried down here was this funniest thing I've ever seen. You see that, friends? See this little sentence down here? See $250? Now, I'm going to tell you what that $250 number is. $250 is the number, right? The number on average that crypto people use, right, for a transaction. But that number is how much more we use compared to traditional finance payments. So whatever the number is for both of them, $250 is how much extra spending we do in crypto transactions. Now, when I looked at it first, I'm like, I've never bought any goods or items with crypto before, dude. And then I realized, oh, they're talking about the degens. They're talking about the degens, friends. So this is the most gold part. So you know when you and I buy some sexy, juicy shit coins, they call that a financial transaction. Thank you for the diplomatic way to tell us that we're just gamblers clicking buttons. So that's the truth. So I'm like, oh, we're actually contributing to the GDP of stuff here. Yes, we're just speculating, just speculating, everyone trading back and forth. Oh man, it's gold. Yes, and isn't it interesting? I mean, you always heard the meme, friends, and this is totally true. Like, if someone comes and takes like $50 out of your wallet, you feel like you got robbed, like you really got robbed. But you'll go and spend like $520. Oh, I got a new shit coin out here, bank, and if it's volatile 50%, I'll just hold it. Like, I'm pissed off or whatever. I just threw $550 in a second, right? It's literally that exact same meme is 100% true. And also, check out all of these ownership rates. Everywhere you have India, you have China, US, Vietnam, Pakistan, obviously the biggest countries in the world with all the population. And yes, I also have a comment from Mr. Bip420. Pretty biased report. They use AI-generated images where text is written incorrectly in the official release. Yeah, it seems like it's about right, though. It does. These numbers seem right because you're just able to go through them. Like the crypto ownership rate, we are growing at these big double digits per year. Because I remember, friends, it's like 8% per month or something ridiculous, right? So we're still growing at that. That's what the internet was doing. The internet was doing that as well. And then yes, I don't know about the female users though. I'm still on the cam about that one. And I just had to throw it in as well. The female users one, friends, that might actually be true. Why? I see bitches selling their altcoin bags down here literally every day. So, you tell me, friends. You tell me. Now, we have a switch, a psychological switch. This is the last thing I'm going to leave you with, all right? We have a psychological switch that's happened. So Mr. Otto has said, the same guy who was calling for Goblin Town 2 weeks ago when price was 53K is now calling for 500K to 1 million in the same asset. So Andrew Kang, friends, I think he's got like $100 million to $200 million. I think he's worth that much. Now, I'm not even going to bother reading this thing, but for some reason, bro, Andrew, we love you. Just for some reason, bro, you just... Sometimes, man, you're really, really like opposite to what's going to happen. Really opposite. I don't know why. Do you want to know what's interesting, friends? Like, there was a leaked combo released. There was Kobe, there was GCR, and there was these other big, like, you know, industry titan influencers, and Andrew Kang was in there. And I won't forget this. I think I leaked this, right? So you remember the start of the bear market, friends. Everyone knows that everything started going bad around, obviously, here. Now, around January, around here, this was when the convo happened. I think it was January 2022. And basically, Kobe, GCR, everyone said, yeah, the cycle's over. We're done. We're all done. It's all going to get nuked. We might not even have another bull market. That's what they said back then. And they were basically saying, oh, yeah, there's all this stuff's going to get, everything's going to go down. Like, everything's going to blow up. Everything's going to blow up. And they were right. They were right. However, out of everyone in that chat, I think there was like 6 bears. Andrew Kang was the bull. He was the only bull. So looking at that, I won't forget that. I was like, oh, wow. So against these other people. And then I'm like, wow, interesting. I wonder if I started like just paying attention more, making a mental note to just do opposite stuff. And now he is having things like this where he's just like, he's talking about here, wow, if successful, there are asymmetric midterm scenarios for $500K to $1 million plus, even if you have probabilities of 5 to 10%. So yeah, of course, his whole statement is that, but like, remember, friends, even uttering the words 500K to $1 million Bitcoin, that's like, it's a big difference, because at 53K Bitcoin, friends, I just want to show you, remember, I'm not here to compare or anything. I'm just telling you that, like, down here, I refused to be bearish. I said, look, man, flip my super trend red and we'll talk. Okay, you didn't flip it red. Here we go. Okay, back to the green. So, see, friends, when you have these simple indicators, you saw these, man, there's thousands of these essays and indicators. Play some actual pump music for these people, because we did get a pull. These essays and like all these people, like, oh, we have these macro stuff forming and all these things and oh, whatever. Just throwing all this stuff out. I'm like, bro, like, here's a line in the sand, all right? If you're above the line in the sand, okay, I'm bullish. That's it. And I've got to remind you as well, friends, please, in these next part of crypto, just very quick notes as well. 1, assume any coin can rug. Just assume 50% of the coins can rug. I think it's just easy. Just literally assume every coin you touch, 50% of them can go to zero. A lot of people get scared. Yeah, I get scared too. But then you got to think about, okay, if you don't go to zero, what does that mean? That means you do pretty well in the next 12 to 18 months, however long we go in this bull market. Hopefully we last all the way to July, August next year, or even longer. Who knows, right? So that's another thing. Okay, so assume everything can go to zero. So assume 50%. The real number, like I told you, the real number is actually 10%. It's actually 10%. But don't rely on that 10%. All right, it's 10% for my research. I don't know how anybody else's research is or whatever. Okay, so assume 50%. Another one. Every man for themselves. Every man and woman for themselves. Just please assume that. Please assume that. Okay, and I've even seen, if people are on your same side, if the candles go down, you will assume whatever they did was nefarious. All right. So you're going to think about that. So just assume every man for themselves. That obviously, you might think just because every man's for themselves doesn't mean you don't play. You're still in the game. I'm just letting you know, have that mindset now. Because right now it's cool, right? Of course, it really is. We're all working together. We are working together. I'm just telling you now, friends, eventually what's going to happen is, look, as we unlock higher prices in Bitcoin, all right, as we unlock higher prices up here, friends, there are going to be parts of the crypto industry that show you a side you've never seen. So I'm not talking about just the pumping and dumping stuff. I'm telling you about groups of people who don't exist yet in crypto will form. And they will form brotherhoods, sisterhoods, friendship, okay? A lot of these things will happen, and they will grip people. They will grip people. Now, we all laugh at the Pudgy Penguin guy back in 2021, but, I mean, like, Pudgy Penguin went to do, like, literally 100x from that point. Literally, like, smashed the Pudgy Penguin. My gosh, right? So, congratulations to the Pudgy Penguins. There's NFTs. But we're going to unlock new things as we go higher. There's going to be new groups formed. So, this is the total crypto market cap. Okay, let's actually put on a log chart. So, as we go up, friends, as we go up here, this is 2.3 trillion. Yes, as we go towards hopefully the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I really hope we hit 10, 12 or something up here. I really do hope, please, guys, do something like this. Do something like that. We'd love that. Okay, so, but as we go up there, friends, in this zone, you're not going to see the same top signals you saw down here. All right, so this is, we already see these top signals of tattoos and laser eyes. They are appearing again, which shows you that top signals, friends, top signals are number specific like representations of what's going on. They're actually dollar specific. I never thought that, right? They are dollar specific. So the top signals that got unlocked here, they were not seen back in 2017. It was different top signals. It was WagMe, Mark Zuckerberg, Sister, all these other stuff, okay? NFT. So different top signals. Now, these top signals, like I said, they have now appeared here again. So when we go up, wherever we land, there's going to be new things we haven't seen before, wild and wacky things. And look, it's okay. You see them from now. You go, oh, yeah, that's new and wacky. Yeah, but no, we build into it. We build into it. And it only takes an outsider who's skeptical to say, wait a minute, this don't smell right. Something's going on here, right? Now, obviously, friends, here's the thing. It's easy to say, well, you know, $400,000 JPEGs was a top signal. It's easy to say that. The problem, though, is if you think like that with that mindset, chances are you were never holding the unicorn in the first place, okay? Only somebody who thinks they're worth infinite can actually hold them that long. Because, like, they would have sold the monkey JPEG at 40 grand. $40,000 when you bought something for, I think, 80 bucks. That's a lot of money. You sell a JPEG for 40 grand. Okay, well, it went to 400. You see what I mean? So we just have to be ready for this when it comes. And yeah, like, you can be ready. Friends, it's being ready one thing, but that's living in a vacuum. You don't live in a vacuum. You have a bias. You're long. You own bags. You all believe in a narrative. You believe in a real DeFi narrative or a fake DeFi narrative, whatever it is. Everybody believes in a thing. They're listening to people. They're listening to influencers with non-fluffy microphones out there who are saying, like, oh, this thing's going to change the world. Like, yeah, bro. Look, I'll tell you right now, crypto's changing the world. But in that same sentence, all right, crypto's changing the world. And your bags don't have to be 100x higher to change the world. They can be 6x higher and then drop 70%. They can. That can be change the world. All right, so as long as you understand that, hopefully you make better decisions as we get towards it over time. Remember, 90% call, 10% lottery. Ultimately, we're just guessing. See you around. Catch you in the next one.